So, picture this, a terrace, right? It smells like strong coffee and, that feeling of possibility. Mira shows up, she's got this polished plan from an incubator. And then there's Arav, with a simple file full of receipts and this quiet, steady determination. This is exactly where our whole story kicks off.
That's a feeling we all know, isn't it? That little gap between having a brilliant idea and then all the hard work it takes to make it real. Well, that seam, that's what we're going to explore today. Because at the end of the day, that's what this is all about. It's courage. But here's the thing. It doesn't always look like some flashy Silicon Valley pitch or a massive IPO. Nope. Sometimes it's a lot quieter, way more persistent, and honestly, probably happening closer to home than you think.
So where do we find these acts of courage? We're going to look in three really different places. We'll go inside the walls of big companies, we'll see it through the unique lens of women entrepreneurs, and we'll look at it under the open skies of rural innovation.
Okay, first up, let's talk about the intrapreneur. Now, this isn't about leaving your job and starting from scratch. This is all about sparking change right from the inside. So here's the key idea. An intrapreneur sees some kind of friction, a clumsy process, a customer need that's not being met, and they don't see it as a roadblock. They see it as an invitation. They just use the tools and the people already around them to build something better. And what's so cool about this is that these aren't huge, earth-shattering projects. They're smart, targeted fixes. Think about it. A bank officer uses an empty branch on a Saturday to build real trust. A nurse uses her on-the-ground knowledge to stop critical errors. A plant operator just sees waste and figures out how to create value from it. That is intrapreneurship. All right, let's switch gears and look at our second focus. We're diving into the really unique landscape that women have to navigate when they decide, okay, I'm going to build my own thing. And you've got this fascinating tension, right? On one side, the obstacles are so real. Less access to funding, the constant juggle of family and care responsibilities. But on the other side, these very challenges actually forge some incredible strengths. You get businesses built on deep trust, ideas that are truly shaped by the community, and a purpose that goes way beyond just the bottom line. And just look at what comes out of it. A food brand that grows, not with some big venture capital check, but with pooled savings from the community. A global brand whose real value comes from telling the authentic stories of its makers. Or a single farmer who scales her little business into a vital hub for her entire village. This is resilience you can literally see and touch. Now, for our third and final deep dive, we're heading out of the city. Out here, innovation isn't about disrupting things. It's about a deep, fundamental connection to the land, to the place, and to the seasons. I just love this definition. It's not about parachuting some city startup model into a village and hoping it works. No, it's the art of seeing what's already there, the local crops, the patterns of labor, the community's wisdom, and figuring out how to shape that into a business that actually lasts. Every single one of these ideas is just perfectly in sync with its environment. The processing unit? It runs when people are actually free after the harvest. The mechanics repair kit? It fits on a motorbike, because that's how you get around. The snack collective? It takes something people can find locally and turns it into a product for a bigger market. See? They all work with the rhythm of life, not against it. Okay, so we've got the intrapreneur in the office, the woman founder in her community, and the rural innovator. They seem like totally different worlds, don't they? But if you look a little closer, a pattern starts to emerge. There are these core ideas that connect all of them. And yep, there are three of them. Just three practical threads that show up again and again, whether you're in a corporate boardroom, a neighborhood kitchen, or a village workshop. The first one is all about making small bets. It's the bank officer's weekend pilot, not a huge national rollout. It's the home food brand selling to just a few offices to start. This whole approach, it just lowers the risk and speeds up the learning. It's about testing the water before you take the plunge. Thread number 2, it's all about human connection. The nurse, she needed her colleagues to trust her to even try her new form. The designer used stories to build a real, loyal customer base. The rural mechanic built his whole reputation, one reliable repair at a time. In every single one of these stories, trust is the currency that actually leads to business. And finally, of course, there's the money. But it's not just about getting any old loan. It's about having financial tools that get how the real world works. A group savings pool for the woman founder. A loan that understands a farmer's income comes after the harvest, not in neat monthly paychecks. The finance has to fit the business, not the other way around. So, what does this all boil down to? What's the big takeaway? Let's go back to Mira and Arav on that terrace, right where possibility meets practice. Mira absolutely nails it here. You have to have the vision, the patience for that long journey ahead. But at the same time, you need the speed and agility to run those small, fast experiments along the way. It's this powerful combo. Be patient with the big mission, but totally impatient with your day-to-day progress. And then Arav comes in with the final, absolutely critical piece of the puzzle. It doesn't matter if you're supporting an employee, a founder, or a farmer. The goal is the same. You have to understand their world, respect its unique rhythm, and then build the support systems, the scaffolds, that give them a safe place to stand while they take that courageous leap. So that really just leaves us with one final question. For you, in your own company, in your own community, maybe even in your own life, where can you build a scaffold? Where will you make the space for a spark to catch fire?